Looks like it's all set.
All right. That's awesome. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the start of a new stream podcast that we're going to be starting. So it's going to be starting here on Mixer, but it will be uploaded to a new channel that we are going to start. And this is our first episode. It's just going to be me and Diamond as like the hosts, and then we're going to have guests as we go. But since this is our first episode here, I figured we might as well just have it be me and him, and we can just talk and chill for a little bit. And also, I think the name of this podcast will be Chill HQ. For those of you that do understand that reference coming from my channel, I hope you got a good laugh out of that, and you can thank Diamond for that name, by the way. um, but yeah, how you doing?
Doing good.
That's great. I've just been chilling today. Not really doing much, but um, I'm just really happy to be starting this podcast. I do want to have some really interesting topics to talk about, especially when we are going to have guests on here. And when we do have guests, it's mostly just going to be like people that we know that are people that we talk to, maybe on a daily basis, maybe not so often. Just maybe grab them for, an hour or so, whatever, how long we're going to be doing this for.
Right.
Uh, but, the main thing that I wanted to introduce with this that I haven't really seen a lot of podcasts do is have games go on in the background while, the whole stream is going on. Not a lot of people I feel like do that. People might, you never know. But
Right.
with this one, we're gonna have like the two games. So Diamond's gonna be playing Minecraft, and I'm gonna be playing GTA, and just chilling in a public lobby right
Right.
now. Uh, and maybe when we have like guests on here, we can all like get in the Minecraft world, and we'll start like a whole new world, and we'll actually like try to build it up. And every guest will have like their own signature touch to it if they want to, and all that. I think that's a really cool idea. But that's just a thought. But anyways though, so I want to talk about how everything kind of first started with everything here, like how we got to where we are right now. Um, so do you want to start off first or do you want me to go first?
Well, I mean, I don't know really much to say about how stuff started or whatever. If you have that in mind, I would recommend you speak about it, whatever's on your mind.
All right. So everything kind of started off with I was just playing Xbox one day back on 360, and there was this guy that I used to play with. His name was Epic Pancake, and it was such a funny name at the time. And the dude, he was always saying crazy stuff all the time, sort of like how you see in the group post videos that we make. People just say crazy stuff, and we just capture and uploaded it and all that. But I was playing GTA with him, and there was this guy that he's been playing with for a little bit. His name, I can't quite remember the name of the gamer tag, but I ended up meeting that person.
Uh,
Do you know what the gamer tag was at the time?
I feel like it might have been my gamer tag given from Xbox. It might have been Arrested Core 34. But I mean, I, I don't know if it was that or if it was ML Gamer 25. I don't remember.
I do remember ML
I
Gamer
remember.
25 though, actually, around when the Xbox One came out, like the first Christmas of it being out. I remember seeing that on my friends list on 360. But anyways,
I wasn't like Wyro, with it. I wasn't,
yeah,
switching it up all the
yeah,
time. Like
Derek he used to
Mr.
switch his
Martinez.
yeah, he used to switch his name up all the time. But he's kind of slowed down since he's kind of quit and all that, which is very unfortunate. Um, but we'll maybe have him on as a guest someday, and we'll have a whole nother story about that. But anyways, I was just playing with this dude. We were on GTA, and his friend, whatever the name was, we were just playing. We got along together, and after Epic Pancake, I believe, got off, we just kept playing, and we added each other on Xbox, and we didn't really talk much after that. But when the Xbox One came out, there wasn't really a bunch of people switching over. So I barely knew anyone on my friends list that was on the one, around when it first came out. But this ML Gamer 25 dude, he actually switched over before I did. So when I was able to play on next gen, he invited me to a party. And there was a whole bunch of people in this party, I think, or it might have just been a few people. And it was ML Gamer 25. There was Derek in there and a few other people. And what game were we playing? Was it GTA?
Most likely.
Yeah, I believe it
Oh,
was
something like
GTA. It might have been Call of Duty. I don't know. But it basically all started from us just playing a simple game. And then we just sort of expanded once it came on to the next gen consoles. We just started playing. And then we just kept playing and kept playing. And then, we just kind of got to the level where we'll literally just get on every day and just play or whatever. That's sort of how most of the videos are made nowadays is, we just get on and we just play. But that's sort of like a brief way to put it, because obviously there was years of time put in between of when I was, explaining this. So that was just sort of the first part of everything. But in the past like 3-ish years, there's been a few significant events, such as when Derek had blocked me. Diamond's one of the reasons why Derek doesn't have me blocked right now, because I had no way to contact him whatsoever. Now I have his phone number, I have all that, it's whatever, we're cool. But back then, I don't think I had anything. So it would have been real difficult to try to get back if I had nothing. But he was the one that was able to make him unblock me by speaking to me a little bit after he blocked me, because I had no problem with him. And the MO Gamer 25, which is now formerly known as Diamond 24 KT, he was able to help me get Derek to unblock me, which I'm very happy about, honestly, to this day. I don't think I would have had my channel or had any sort of, inspiration to make any content or whatever for people to watch. But honestly, I think it's pretty cool on how he sort of had his own thing going on. Like, he had a channel, he used to make clips on GTA or whatever, and he would just go around killing, people on Call of Duty. Did I say GTA? I
I
mean,
think
he
you might
did
have.
it. He had a few GTA videos, but he didn't really revolve around GTA. It was mainly hitting clips on Call of Duty back when it used to be like the main thing everyone used to do and all that, which, you know, in my opinion, it was one of the biggest things at one point in the gaming side of YouTube.
Right.
But now it's just sort of dead, and there's not really a lot of activity going on. I go on Twitter sometimes and I find some feeds or whatever, but for the most part, those clips are just there and they'll stay there on his channel forever, and nothing else will ever be back on there. I mean, unless he decides to use his channel. But I think he might have suggested that he was going to make a few videos on what he's going to be doing with his career, but I'm not quite sure if he's actually going to follow through with that, because there's been a lot of things that he said that he just has not followed through with, so that would be kind of unfortunate.
You know what they say.
Yeah. So we'll see about that in the future. But as of right now, I was just really kind of heartbroken that he stopped making content after he made that video on me, and after that whole thing that happened in 2016, which, by the way, was my favorite year on YouTube, my first year ever making content. And I wish I never stopped consistently uploading. I know I'm getting a little bit better at it. Within the past couple weeks, I've just been uploading a few videos here and there. Not too long of videos, but, I enjoy it. It's just a little bit of funny moments here and there. And, we'll see where that goes. I'm hopefully going to make another montage this year. I'd like to. We'll just see how everything plans out later in this year, because I still have a lot of other things planned that I wanted to make for content. I haven't fully gotten through in my head how I'm going to do it. But there's just a few ideas
Right.
that I had that I have written down that obviously I want to get done. Going back to what I was saying with the whole thing previously, back when, we first started playing, it was mainly just GTA and maybe a little bit of Call of Duty, and I don't really remember anything other than that. There was Call of Duty Ghost. I don't think we even played that when we first met.
Barely.
It might, yeah, barely. I remember
I
playing it
mean, I
on the
remember playing it
360.
like naturally. You know what I mean? Like just whatever. Because I thought, I was good at Black Ops 2. I was like a sweat. You know what I mean? But like, um, I played the game casually, and then I just stopped because I was just like, yeah, it's just not that good or whatever. And then the last time that I actually played it was actually when I was 1v1ing Derek, and I actually murked him pretty well. But anyways,
Yeah, so Advanced Warfare was one of those games that Derek kind of popped off on, which was the year before I had actually started my channel. So Advanced Warfare came out, I believe, in 2014, and Black Ops 3 came out in 2015, and I started my channel December 25th, 2015, which is uh, quite a familiar date to those of you that do celebrate the holidays there and later in the year. But honestly, I didn't even realize that I started it on that day until like a year later, and I was like, "Oh, really? I started it on Christmas." We would just plan either Advanced Warfare or GTA back, the year before I started. Then once we started, it was a lot of Black Ops 3. And I want to say that we played more Black Ops 3 than GTA in that time span of it being out, like in its prime before Infinite Warfare and everything else after that. That game was just amazing in my opinion. Obviously, other people might think it's not as good as the other Call of Duties, but me coming from someone that, my first Call of Duty was Modern Warfare, the original one, and then I went to Ghosts. So I skipped Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 1, and I just went straight to Ghosts. Then I eventually played those games, and I realized the value that those actually had, and why people thought they were such good games. Personally, I thought they were trash before I played them. They just looked garbage to me. But as for everything going on in that time, I remember the first video that I ever made, which is obviously no longer viewable, because I ended up deleting it after I made a few videos. It was this clip of me on Black Ops 3, and I think it was like a no scope or something. And then like I just thought it was so cool. I just had to upload it. Like it's just like one of those clips that you just see on your activity feed on Xbox for those of you that play Xbox. And then like you wait the whole clip to see something, and then at the end of the clip you just see something, and it's just not worth sitting through the whole clip just to see that one thing. That's basically what the video was, which was pretty disappointing, but I think I've come a long way from that point in time, which is a good thing. 2016 though, that clip actually had an influence, or actually no, Derek had an influence on the content that I was sort of trying to make in 2016, which was becoming a part of a team and making content for the team. So since Call of Duty was kind of the main game that everyone was playing back in 2016, along with like Overwatch was like a big game. GTA was kind of mm, not that good for me back in 2016. I guess it just wasn't that appealing. When it came to hitting clips and that whole community that comes with it, I absolutely enjoyed it. Um, it was such a great experience looking back at it because, like, I feel like everyone that makes gaming videos sort of should be in a community at some point, whether it be before they start making videos or during or after, whatever. Like, just being in a community of people that like to play games and they all just play it collaboratively, if that's even a word, and just, chill out, try to do something cool. Like, sort of like how we do on GTA right now. We're basically just compiling ideas into a roleplay game, and we're just seeing people's reactions. And the reactions is sort of like the content that we get out of it. But back then it sort of relied on skill. You know, obviously you had to be good at Call of Duty to hit these type of clips that people were trying to hit, like, you know, quad feeds or whatever the case may be. And I just found an interest for it at the time, but I quickly lost interest after the next Call of Duty started rolling out because they just weren't interesting. And I think we all know
Right.
that after seeing how many dislikes the Infinite Warfare trailer got. It's one of the most disliked videos, I think. I believe. I'm not too sure. Um, I know that the last YouTube highlight video, whatever they call it, that is the most disliked video. But yeah, the Infinite Warfare trailer just was not getting good reception, and people were not enjoying it. So I quickly just left that scene. I was not going to be a
Right.
part of that. But I did make Modern Warfare Remastered videos, which you did have to buy the bundle, so you had to get Infinite Warfare to play Modern Warfare Remastered. And I believe I did game share that game with you back when it came out, and you did
Yeah.
end up making it into one of my videos on that game, which was the Rhine 6-man Search and Destroy, which I did end up making a Search and
Right.
Destroy video on GTA. I mean, not on GTA, I'm stupid. Black Ops 3. And that was one of my most successful videos at the time before everything else that happened in that year. Like, I made a video on, like, Jacob Sartorius or something, and then I made a video which was
Oh.
the 2016 montage. And, you know, at the time, the drama that was going on wasn't really that amazing, but that was just, like, kind of one of the funniest things of the year. Everyone was making fun of Jacob Sartorius for that song that he made, and looking back on it, yeah, you know, it might not have been the greatest song, but I think people were kind of over exaggerating the memes and all that, which I think people still do nowadays, and it happens more frequently, but I don't know, I'm not really that big on memeology, so if anyone can clarify that for me. Maybe we'll have a guest on here someday that can clarify memes for us. But
I actually happen to know a lot about memes. I know, show y'all.
No, I don't know any.
yeah, so, you know, there's just a whole lot going on there nowadays, but the meme culture has definitely expanded into an all-time high. I was talking about the 6-man Search and Destroy. So yeah, that was like the best video I had out for some reason until the 2016 montage, which has over like 1,000 views now, which I didn't even recognize until like it was about to hit it. Because when the video came out, I was still like in Rhine, I think. Yeah. I remember the introduction to that video. I was like, my name is still Rhine Swarm or something like that. Looking back on it, Rhine was an experience. But,
Yeah.
you know, if I were to ever be a part of a team like that ever again, it would just have to be FaZe. Like, no doubt, there's no other team killing it
That.
right now other than FaZe.
We did have a pretty good. Me and Derek did have a pretty good clan or crew or whatever team. You know, 6-man team. You know, named Toxic, and it was pretty good. I know there's like a popular Toxic out there somewhere, but I mean, we had some pretty. It was a quick scope sniping, crew, and on Black Ops 2, and there was some pretty hot players on there. I mean, I wasn't that good at all, but I mean, because Derek excelled and whatnot, and then like all that. But I mean, I kind of was like the weakest link, to be honest. But that's fine, because like eventually kind of got good at it and had my times to shine. But anyways, yeah,
Yeah, I remember you telling me that you taught him everything about like quick
I
scoping on
did.
Black Ops 2, and then he just sort of dominated after that. Like he kind of found, like you taught him the ways, and then he made his own channel off of it. Like that's what his channel was based off of. I feel like there still is a very large, well, I wouldn't say very large, but there still is a community that I see. I met someone the other day that's a part of the, you know, hidden clip community. Um, his name is like
Uh,
MPVZ or something, MZPZ, I don't know. Anyways, on Instagram, I follow him, and there's like a few other people that hit clips, and they just like all judge each other on like the clips that they hit. And it's like all custom games though, so it's not really like that big of a deal in my opinion. Like if you're gonna make a montage, you can't use custom games clips, like or faked clips, because that's just jank. There's no purpose in doing that because the value of the clip is just totally gone. Because the point of it was hitting it in a chance where there was no chance of hitting it. Like in multiplayer, how are you gonna hit a random clip on someone? You know, let's just say nowadays though, like that would be impossible. Who hits clips on Call of Duty in 2019 that are like trick shots?
Right.
I know people hit feeds. Like, people can get like 5 kills in a row with a sniper rifle, and that will be like on the feed or whatever. I literally just saw one the other day. But no one hits trick shots because trick shots are impossible to hit in 2019 because there's no maps in Call of Duty that make it so that it's easier for them. And the old Call of Duty maps were just overall superior to the ones now.
In my opinion, it's just a cancer community anyways, so... Thank you.
Yeah, I mean now...
Sorry if I offend anyone out there watching this video, like they're a trick shot.
I mean, back then...
Like, how you're just gonna sit there and just try to hit a shot? I mean, come on now. I mean, you could be go talking to a girl with all that time on your hands, but anyways. Thank you.
I'll agree with you there. But back then, I feel like it was just a bunch of kids, you know, that they had a dream to, like, hit clips and, like, make videos out of that. Because FaZe kind of they morphed the whole scene. I don't even know why I keep talking about them because this is about us. So going back to what I was saying before I get off topic once again, 2017, once we hit that sort of whole year, things kind of really slowed down. And I stopped making as consistent of content as I used to. And I don't know what happened. I kind of just felt like the 2016 montage was going to like carry on the entire year, but that just did not happen. Since Call of Duty wasn't that good, I made a couple videos on Modern Warfare Remastered. Honestly, some of my favorite videos looking back on it, they weren't bad, but they weren't the best that I've made, I don't believe. But, you know, they're still, you know, I don't know how, but I got more views back then making Call of Duty than I do now making GTA. Because I started off with Call of Duty, so I guess that kind of makes sense. But I don't want to be known for making Call of Duty videos now because of just the whole sort of community that comes with it. Because there is no community. Call of Duty is dead right now. And unless this new Modern Warfare that's coming out later this year revives it, which there's a chance, but I don't see it as a very high chance. We say it every single year that it's going to revive it and, you know, Call of Duty's back. That's what we all said with Black Ops 4. We heard it was boots on the ground. But that 150 health that they give you in Black Ops 4 is ridiculous. Why is every single gunfight that I get into lasting 10 seconds?
What?
That just...
Sorry, I
what?
heard a big explosion in this Minecraft game that I'm playing. I don't know what that was.
Alright. I'm just saying, though, I don't even know what I was talking about. It was just that unimportant. Oh, yeah, I was talking about Call of Duty.
I guess.
So, like, anyways, though, moving forward, you know, 2017, vacant year, nothing going on. 2018, which obviously, I know the drama kind of, like, stirred up a lot in 2017 with that whole thing. A few certain people with the last name that starts with a P. In 2018, moving forward here, we don't really have a lot going on in the beginning. For me at least, I still wasn't making that many videos. Just still not a lot going on. But the end of 2018, though, I wanted to pick it up with Black Ops 4, and I remember I did make, well, it wasn't even that long ago. 17, the end of, oh my god, what am I talking about? The end of 2017 was when we made the role-playing community. Back in the beginning of 2018, I made a video called RTF Must Be Stopped, which was called, the abbreviation for RTF, was the Rage Task Force crew. Let me get into more detail about this video. So, basically, I recorded footage from when we were doing this one roleplay that I was hosting. There was these people that joined the game that were somehow associated with the people we were playing with. They were just killing over and over again the people that were in the game. The lobby was on free aim, so they couldn't really lock onto us, but they were just shooting rockets like it was nothing. So, and they were supposed to be like a military simulation crew, also known as Milsim, I believe. And it just wasn't realistic, the way that they were playing. So, obviously, it was crap, so I called them out, and I don't think they're really a thing anymore. In that video, I also mentioned that I did have my own community. So, it wasn't Discord-based until, like, 4 months after it started. Before it was Discord functionally created and everything like that, like everything was just working on Discord from then on. It was a lot of fun, and we just made group posts on Xbox. For those of you that use the group post system, it's a great system to find new people to play with. It's also how we make these reaction videos. But
Oh yeah.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it's just amazing that we're able to use it in such a way that we just find new people. Like, a lot of the people that we talk to now, we met through there. After the Discord was created, you know, it came more of a community, and people were kind of steadily joining and staying, and we actually had a little bit of a stable community for a little bit, until things became a little bit more complicated with the introduction of more realistic things to add to it, such as like buying vehicles, creating your own like arrest reports and stuff like that. That just became a whole hectic scene, and ended up becoming the reason of the downfall of the entire community in the first place. I must say though, 2018 definitely occupied by this community. I was doing stuff like bi-daily within the community. Like, I was hosting 2 to 3 hour lobbies within the summer, and then over time they just became like 1 to 2 hour sessions instead of 2 to 3. I was kind of just losing interest in it over time though, because the people that we were sort of coming up with, they weren't really doing a lot to help benefit the community. Instead, they were just there to use all the benefits that I gave them, which is like, oh, you can do this, this, and that, and you know, if you want to help out, you can help out. Knowing today's people, no one's going to help out. You have to give them an incentive to help out. You have to hire them, which I wasn't hiring people. I was just getting them to join.
Right. Absolutely.
Excuse
That's
me.
exactly how it was. Just some people being dumb, honestly. Like, I mean, I tried really hard to get my business structure from the business I run and put it into the RPLS, because I was like, I mean, I used to also like to train my mind too. It just felt like managing a lot of people, which is nice. But I mean, if you like it, if you like talking to people, if you're a people person. But anyways,
Yeah.
I mean, I liked managing stuff. I liked managing the people. It wasn't just about, oh, power or anything. Oh, I can ban you, or no, it was just about managing. I loved
Well,
it.
in the first,
Now,
it
that's
was
what I
about
loved.
power.
Oh yeah, I can't deny that. I mean, no, it really wasn't internally. It I guess some people could have perceived it as that way, but like it really wasn't. That in my mind, I wasn't like. I mean, do power hungry people really go through the power thing without really knowing what they're doing, or what is it? I mean, I consciously thought I was just doing what I thought was right, you know, honestly. And so I thought people needed to be banned. Like, it's a privilege, not a right. That was what my opinion was. So whenever people just started fucking up shit up, I mean, there's you know, more than 7 billion people in this world. I can remove you, you know, like I don't need you. People's logic that, oh, you know, you're gonna need me, you're gonna miss me, or whatever, weed killer. Anyways,
Dropping some names here.
like, yeah, you know how it go. Anyways, I hated all that stuff. Like, you know, I mean, the fact that there was a whole crew of people like against me at some point, like, it just was BS. Because every single thing that happened was like in RP, like when we were doing RPs and shit. I mean, like, it wasn't that big a deal. Just because I killed you in a game, you're gonna get mad and think I should be banned from a community that I've been helping the entire time. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, and you know, 2018, actually, well, long before that, Polecat and like these other people on YouTube, Jeff Favignana was kind of the first one that I started watching, and I did make actually a few CVC videos on GTA back when I first started my channel. It would be like CVC or Code Zero videos, and these would be like custom made.
Code Zero Sandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'd make, yeah, so we started the video, and we would like start it as we were starting the game, and Diamond would make that sort of, you know, he would say that sort of intro, and then we just keep going.
I got that from Jeff.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
No cap.
So yeah, it wasn't the most original idea. It wasn't a bad idea. You know, I feel like if I went down that whole path of just creating more of those type of videos, I would have eventually created some type of traction, especially if it was sort of like how the way that they all did it. Because if you look back at all those like creators, they're the main people everyone talks about. If you're talking about role-playing, the main people that pop up in people's heads, Polecat, Jeff Favignano, Bay Area Bugs, like these people are the founders, the pioneers of the role-playing sort of pickup that people started picking up now. Which if you go on Twitch, Mixer, whatever, which by the way, this is on mixer.com/Szmoh, and they saw it first, by the way, just keep that in mind. If you look at those type of streams on GTA, you'll see that the thousands of views are coming from role plays, not from people just streaming GTA, getting money and working their way up, killing people and stuff like. I mean, there might be a few people like killing each other, but like it's mainly, from what I see, role plays. People doing it from different like backgrounds, like people that speak different languages and stuff like that. They're getting thousands of views on Twitch doing this type of stuff. And it's on like PC mainly, because obviously on PC there's mods. But on console, GTA is the best game to start role-playing on if you're someone that does roleplay and you're looking for a game to do it on. Obviously, it's a no-brainer. I'm playing GTA right now, and I'm just like doing sourcing vehicles or whatnot. You know, not the most entertaining thing to be doing on GTA, but this is what people used to do before roleplays. They used to get their monies up and, you know, had fun killing each other, playing with friends, stuff like that. No one knew about role-playing until these guys came along that I'm mentioning here. And that whole community that I started, I didn't really do much research on these guys that had their whole like 5M thing, which is like the name of the server or application that you can download on your computer or whatever, and you can start playing with them, I guess, or something like that. Like, I'm not an expert on how that all worked. I think I've only watched like half of a Jeff Favignano video, and that was it.
And that was because I shoved it down his throat or something.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Like
you know, if you're falling asleep and you're looking for something to watch, those videos aren't too bad. You know, some of them have like millions of views. Pop up on their party. I mean, I don't, wait, what did I just say? I don't even know what I just said.
Pop up on their party. Bottles of Bacardi. I'm so fucking horny, I could fuck right on iCarly. Sorry.
I don't even know what... I think I was starting to sing a song. I didn't mean to sing that, though. Just pop up their channels and, you know, just watch some of their videos if you're going to bed and you're just looking for something to watch. Honestly, there's nothing much on YouTube that I like to watch nowadays, since all of the good content is kind of left behind. You know, we're just reinventing nowadays. People are just coming up with new ways to have their content be original. I sort of took that whole idea and I made my own community out of it on Xbox. And I believe that we were one of the top 10 communities on the Xbox One platform. Quality-wise, membership-wise, leadership-wise, everything. We had over 100 people at some points in time. Obviously, it dips and then it goes back up with the introduction and the absence of people. There was only like one point in time, which was like a few weeks, that we actually had like the most stability that we've ever had, which was like late 2018, I would say. But I started this crew off by myself. Other people kind of started jumping on board, like Diamond here. I introduced him to it later on, and he was interested in it, obviously, since he was the one that introduced me to role-playing thing.
Oh yeah.
And back then, his name was Ruby Gang. Sort of like, if you see his gamer tag in like my older videos, you'll understand like what I mean by that. But not too long ago, actually, I think it was like a couple months ago, May, June, March. I think it was March that we ended it. We ended up disbanding the whole community. It was a huge cluster, you know, with everyone just kind of upset that I made the whole thing just sort of disappear like it was nothing. Which it really was nothing, and it was just sort of taking up a lot of my time. I wasn't really gaining much from doing all this type of stuff all the time. Like, I was barely getting people joining RPs, and which stands for roleplays, by the way. It just didn't really make sense for me to keep going forward with it, and I wanted to start getting more community to my channel, which obviously I've put more time into now. But I want to put even more time into it.
Shown the changes and the results from those changes have clearly been evident, and it's just hope that that is, you know, if you're aware of that, be aware.
I have a lot of content, like I said, that I wanted to make this year, But after disbanding the whole thing, you guys really don't understand. That gave me so much more time. Like, I was spending too many hours a day on that community. And it was one of the reasons why the 2018 montage wasn't that good. Obviously, I don't want to give excuses for why it wasn't good, but back when the 2016 one came out, I had people promoting it for me, which is kind of why it had like 100 views within the first 24 hours, which is like nothing. But, you know, back then I thought it was something. I thought I was going to have 1 million views by the end of the week, bro. Honestly, like the way that the YouTube algorithm worked was that gaming videos took off back then. I don't know how. But nowadays, it's about vlogs, it's about how-tos, it's about reviews. Those type of videos were always kind of doing good, in my opinion, but they're just doing better.
Nowadays, people talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just I forgot.
But yeah.
Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre.
Yeah, it really is just a bunch of gibberish nowadays. Because, like, you got people vlogging, which obviously, like that's just always been a thing. But you got people like James Charles, that whole community.
James Charles, what the?
Yeah, so there was like this huge.
Hi, sisters.
Sorry, I got distracted by something in the background.
Yeah, so that's there was a huge, as they would say, I think they would say like sister scandal or something like that. Like there was just this whole thing going on where it was just a whole bunch of drama. Got a lot of views, was great publicity for both sides at the end of the week, and yeah, they both pretty much made a killing off of the products they were trying to sell, which is kind of all about what people do. If you don't have a brand deal and you're a full-time content creator, you're losing a bunch of money. Obviously, I'm on the lower scale, a very low standard of people, and also that just does not make money. Sort of like how people are financially. It sort of works the same way with YouTube. There's the top tier, there's the middle tier, and then there's the very low tier. There's no low. It's just very low, because see someone that's low,
straight up.
someone like me, like the way that you see people come up is they just gain a bunch of success all at once, but not exactly. Like it'll be a little bit over time, like a couple months go by and they might gain like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, especially with them first starting out. That is amazing, because they came from nothing to that, which obviously marketing is a huge thing, which I think I need to take a little bit more time learning about. When it comes to the main part, which is the overall content, like if people are enjoying your stuff, they'll share it with other people. It might not happen as much as at YouTube. If I find an interesting video that I think is funny, I'll share it with people. Like, I do that all the time. Like, I see something about a new update coming to GTA, I'll share that video to whoever. I'll share that link to that article to who I think wants to see it. Like, I'm not just gonna keep it to myself, because I want other people to be aware of it that I play with. You know, I play these games with them.
That's big facts.
You know, since the whole kind of gaming community is disconnected as a whole, not just with Call of Duty, I know I was talking about that earlier, everyone's split up, and we all just need to come together. I like what Keemstar is doing right now. If you guys know Keemstar Drama Alert, the guy that runs that, which actually I did win one of his giveaways in 2017 or 2018, I forget what year it was. I just didn't make a video on it because I just felt like I just didn't want to be a brat and like brag like, oh my god, I won this from Keemstar. I mean, it was cool, and I was very appreciative of it. I thanked Keemstar on Twitter.
Right.
He liked my tweet. He responded to me. One of my biggest highlights on social media of all time. He does this thing, I mean, he did do this thing that was very frequent back in the day. It was called Friday Fortnite. A lot of you guys probably know about it if you've ever played Fortnite. So before the creators, which was Epic, before they started making like their own events, like nowadays, I don't know if you know this, Diamond, but they literally give away millions of dollars to people like every month or every few months or something like that, to people that compete in these in-game tournaments. So like you don't have to sign up, you don't have to pay any money. They literally, it's funded by them, created by them, funded by them. And they can afford that, obviously, with the abundant amount of people buying these skins that they come out with. Friday Fortnite was more entertaining if you looked at the ratings of everything. Like, not a lot of people watched Fortnite's Summer Skirmish. That was, like, one of the first ones that they ever did. Friday Fortnite killed it, honestly. They did way better. I know, this man, he cringes every time I bring up the word Fortnite. It's history now. Like, you got Drake playing it, you got all these Travis Scott, like, all these people that are big influences playing the game, and it's not stopping until those people stop playing it, or Epic stops adding content to the game that makes it refreshing. I'm not a big fan of Fortnite now. I really hope that he's doing it with Minecraft. Obviously, he talked about it on Twitter. You know, I want to kind of create one. I thought of this idea a week ago, I believe it was. I wanted to make one for smaller creators. So, like, people that are smaller creators, they can do that same type of thing, and we can have some sort of pay. It might be like $1,000, definitely not $10,000 like it was with the Friday Fortnite thing. They have crazy people wanting to do this Minecraft Monday. We might just have to create one for smaller I know he already did it with Fortnite. I feel like if it's smaller, like if smaller people are hosting it, it just might be better. If it's by the people that are knowing what they're doing and want to make it the best experience possible for the viewers, which is what I'm down to do, then it would be better than if Keemstar were to host it. I'm just saying, no offense to Keem. Obviously, everyone's a smaller creator at one point, but I feel like the method of, I don't know how to say this, like everyone comes up differently. He came up in Halo era. Halo isn't what it used to be. If any of you guys have played Halo, like from the first one to the fourth one, which I have played the campaigns of mostly all of them, right? Like, we went through the campaigns later last year. Like, we were playing that, like, late at night, too. We were just, like, grinding out the campaign of Halo 1, Halo Reach. Like, I don't even know the names of all of them, but I think my favorite one was probably the third one. I think...
Me too, because I played that over, like, hundreds of times. Back when I was, I don't know, what, like 10 or 9, I don't know.
Speaking of which, though, I want to bring a whole bunch of smaller creators together, which is the main goal. You guys saw I made that video like a couple months ago. I wanted to bring smaller content creators together. I've reached out, or tried reaching out to plenty of creators over social media, especially Instagram. I've reached out to a few people that create content on games, and I've just been looking to make content with those type of people. But it's hard to find people that play on Xbox that are still making content consistently, that are trying. Like, I feel like no one is trying. Alright, I got God trying to kill me right now in GTA. But anyways, like Vanoss, whatever happened to those type of people that were making videos on GTA? GTA died, so they stopped playing GTA and they moved over to whatever. Or did they just stop playing? Like, a lot of people just stopped making videos. I don't know what these people do nowadays. Like, what do they do after they quit? So after people become content creators and then they just stop making content, where do they go? For me, I don't know where I'd go. I'd probably just start buying and selling stuff, kind of like what I've kind of already started doing. Yeah, I would make that my full-time job. I would make it from a hobby to a full-time job. Legit. I'd literally be out driving every single day, going to garage sales, buying and selling stuff. Let's say I was a full-time creator at some point. Let's say my channel dies, Keemstar exposes me, Leafy is here, comes back to life in that strange reality, which would never happen. And actually, let's just say I got to a peak of like 1 million subscribers and then I just went down right after that. Like, I was starting to gain traction and then I just went completely down. I would be kind of sad. I would be really sad now that I think about it. You gotta put in hard work to do this. This isn't something you can just do within an hour a day and then just like do something else. Like, I want to put as most time as I can into this type of stuff, which is why I didn't always make videos like every single day. And that was like my excuse. I wanted to put more time into editing. I wanted to become the best editor I could. Which, if I want to do something in the editing process, I can do it. I don't want to spend much time doing that if it's not going to make it more funny or more entertaining. But I feel like with almost every addition that you add to something in the editing process, like, let's say, for example, a funny face when someone's talking, like someone's talking some nonsense and you're just putting a funny face on the screen, I think that would be funny. Like, that's what Merc Music does. I don't know if anyone watches him, but that was a big part of his videos.
Yeah, I found that.
Because you can just instantly match that voice with that face because of what they're saying, not because of how they're talking. Actually, you know what? We never talked about your perspective. Do you want to talk about your perspective on how everything came to be here in the gaming community from like 2013 to 2019, like the gaming community as a whole, like how you see it?
Pretty much, I started out playing Xbox. I mean, whatever. I was into gaming before that. I mean, I was, playing GameCube. I was an OG, okay? Put some respect on my name. Whoa, I'm being attacked on the Minecraft. Okay, let's go back in the mine. Anyways, I played, a bunch of other game systems before, Xbox. I had a Wii, and you can say all the shit you
Oh
want to
yeah, I
say.
did
But
too.
anyways, I also had a Game Boy back in the day, GameCube, Game Boy, whatever, Nintendo DS, whatever. I was on that stuff. I was doing that, yada yada yada. But once I got on the Xbox, I just started playing zombies because actually what got me to want to play zombies or Xbox in general, um, really was when I went to my cousin's house one day. Like he was all badass and shit. Like at the time I was a pussy, but like so I just thought everything he did was cool. So we started playing the game system. I got hooked on that shit. I was like, yeah, cool, yeah. And at his house, I wanted to play that all the time. I even got to the point to where I was playing. I wanted to play GTA, both games, both GTA 5 and uh, Zombies. And that's the only time I could actually play those things was at his house because like I didn't really have many friends to play game systems with out there or whatever. I didn't have a game system of myself that could play GTA or Minecraft. So not Minecraft. Why did I say Minecraft? Of all things, Minecraft. Why? Call of Duty though. I mean, pretty much zombies. I started playing Black Ops 2 because you know it's lit game, lit game. Love the zombies on there, but. Let me just get back on track. So I got my system, and I was hyped. I was like, yes, 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 yes. I could play the game. I was downloading GTA or got it, whatever. Um, you know, uh, Started playing the stuff. Uh, right off the bat though, was playing, of course, zombies. I had my brother with me. It was a big like milestone in our lives, I guess, because we were a game of boys or some shit. So he was in here playing with me on zombies, like public match, Black Ops 2. Okay, we're playing Transit. You know what I mean? Some of y'all people might know what I'm talking about. But anyways, then we're playing that stuff. We just get in the lobby. The first game we play, um, there's a dude named Cade or BN 2001, 2003, and that was his gamer tag. All right, that was my first friend on Xbox. He was some kid about 4 years younger than me or some shit, but like Squeaker. Okay, yeah, but he had his sister in there too. So it's a four-man lobby. We got me, my brother, him, his sister, and his sister's like some, and she's like, sorry, excuse my language, but like. I just hope people will see this video. Oh my goodness! But she was probably like,
It's not very cash
3 years
money.
younger than me. I had somebody comment that on like one of my Instagram posts that were really cancerous one time. What does that even mean? Explain that to me real quick before I continue.
That's not very cash money. I think it's a meme. I just started saying it one day because I thought it was funny. But I just don't know the order. I think it has to do with Monopoly. I might be completely wrong.
I can't help saying what's on my mind. It's just gonna happen. Because you know what I mean. I'm expressive. I'm out here. Anyways, so we make good friends with that person. Me and my brother, and we start playing all the time, all the time. My brother didn't have his own system or anything, so he would do if he wanted to play with us, we'd split screen and shit. Minecraft, whatever it was. We started doing a bunch of stuff with this kid named Cade. BN and then BN. His real gamer tag was BN 2001, 2003. Like, what the hell? I don't know what the hell that meant. I guess it was like their birthdays, him and his sister or something. Maybe. That's what that sounds like. Am I right? 2001, 2003. Okay. Anyways. I just loved playing zombies. I just played that stuff. I would try hard. Me and my cousin actually, his gamer tag was MLGamer24 at the time of whenever I started playing online with him. Because we started playing a lot. Me and him both together online with this stuff. Of course, he introduced me to that. ML Gamer 24, though, we actually were, try-hard zombies players. We'd glitch, too, and all sorts of stuff. But that's, what I really want to say is that we actually on the map Bait, I believe, if anyone knows what that is. we had actually gotten to the very top of the leaderboard. Me and him both. We were in a game, and we actually public. You know, we were like the top player of that entire map. In survival one. Flex, okay, flexing on him real quick. You know, that was, that was just, for real though. No cap, no gas. Okay, we were really on top of that thing. You know, our ML Gamer 24. His name was right on top of that thing. I don't know why I gotta flex that, but it's just what it was. That's just how to emphasize on how try hard we got into zombies. So I mean that happened for quite the while. You know, we were doing all that, chilling, big chilling. But I wasn't. Sometimes friends that are on Xbox just weren't on Xbox, right? So keep in mind this is like 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, I'm not some no life. All right. So let's go. I just started branching out, making more friends, honestly. Like I wanted to play Xbox a whole lot. I was addicted, okay? Addicted. I wanted to play it every day, all day, when I got back from school, all sorts of stuff. I just loved doing it because it just was what it was. Whether it was Minecraft, GTA, whatever. There was the other game I forgot the title of. But anyways, I met a few people on Xbox, and I forget all of their gamer tags, all this stuff, all whatever. But this is a big one right here. This one right here is really how I met Derek and how I brought Derek to know Devin. So, I mean, I had this friend that I actually was friends with personally in this real world. Okay. He was like an old friend, and I guess we stopped being friends, and then I went out to like dinner with my parents. Like this is all memory, like years ago, and we linked back up, and he actually said, "Oh, you got Xbox?" I said, "Yeah, okay." We switched gamer tags, whatever, added each other, and I started playing with him. His thing was like he had like a crew. I believe it was Beast. That was a tag name. It was like Beast. Beast Nova or Beast Rampage. I know Beast Rampage had to be one of those. It was like Beast something. I think his was Beast Unicorn. I do not believe. I don't remember. Anyways, Beast Unicorn. Okay, what a manly name. Anyways, it was a Beast crew, and I really didn't kick it off well with this dude. Like back becoming friends with him again. Like he wasn't really that cool. I started playing with his friend. His name. Let's just call him Beast Nova, even though that's definitely not what it was. I mean, it could have been. Beast something. Beast crew, okay?
Oh my god.
So, we're playing, and I started playing with his friend and his crew, like Beast Nova, went from Beast Unicorn to Beast Nova, and I started playing with, I friended him, became good friends with him, not really, just somebody to join in the party, and I joined the party one day, he's playing with this dude, like X-Fly Punisher, like that's, what a gamer tag, X-Fly Punisher, wow. Anyways, I joined and he's like playing with the X-Fly Punisher on Halo Reach. Okay, yeah, Halo Reach. Okay, yeah. I joined that game. I love that game. I absolutely do. I loved Halo 3 and Halo Reach. I played both of those games back when I was a kid over and over again. So whenever I got my own Xbox, I started playing those games again, okay? And I really want to play those games online as well. So we were playing. I became friends with X-Fly Punisher. Long story short, after that, X-Fly Punisher was, his friend, Beast Nova dude, was just not there. Beast Crew was no more. I just stopped playing with those fools. I just started playing with like Punisher. I could do with some loudmouth barking kid, okay? Like whatever. I met this dude named Angel X Creeper, and this dude was actually Derek Martina, aka Wyro. Okay, Devin talks about him a lot, I guess. So, I mean, that's how I met that dude, and you already know. I already told you that story. Made it a little bit quicker. We were like griefing inside there, trolling, whatever. I really kicked it off well with Derek because me and him were like similar skin tone, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Whatever. We were just cool boys. We really did Minecraft trolling. Like we I don't know how we did it, but we would go in people's worlds on Minecraft 360 edition, and we'd just go in and grief their worlds, like without them knowing, and steal their shit and leave the game. And that's how we really got to become good friends. And of course, we started doing other things, GTA, whatever, Call of Duty. Taught them how to do sniping, all of that. Yes, that toxic era, all this times with Derek going in and out of crews, that was a whole long period of time, okay? A long period of time. But really, what happened after that, to get to the point about, you know, how me and Devin met, I met this dude named Epic Pancake. And I remember, like, I think it was literally just I met him, like, through these other people, my friends. Or I think I met them in a public session, literally, with these people. And I just thought he was cool. So he was cool. I mean, he was dope. I mean, I'm probably better than him now, but anyways. No cap. Okay, friended him, and then I guess this dude named Cool Guy 7102.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what a name.
this kid sounded like a straight girl. And that would be Devin HQ or Szmoh now, as you see. He sounded like a straight girl, and you know, I knew it was a boy, but I don't know. I just added him as a friend because I was playing with him and shit like that. This dude sounded like squeak, squeak. You know, I friended him, bam, 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 bam. And then I switched to Xbox One, and then I just looked at my friends. I was like, oh, who am I gonna play with? Not really many friends, but I saw this dude named Devin HQ. Or actually, that's not what it was at the time. I was still a cool guy. So, I actually, you know, just fucking joined his party or invited him and then introduced him to Derek or something. He started playing with us because, you know, it's how whatever. Because he was that type of dude, and then that's really how things happened and things unfolded. Started playing more and more and more and more and more and more. And honestly, I don't want to tell this story even any more longer. So I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, the rest is just history. I mean, for us, a lot of people, I feel like, didn't really come up the same way we did, in a sense where, like, they're just along with us. Like, it was really only me, you, and Derek when you really, like, come down to the whole thing. There was no other people that were there, that were consistently there, at least. I mean, there were a few people here and there, like this dude named Solarist, Money Club, the Squeaker. Like, there was just a whole bunch of people that Derek met, and we just kept playing with. It's very different when it comes to people that you just meet playing, and then you're just not going to talk to ever again. Because that happens a lot with us, especially since we do, like, that group post stuff, like I was mentioning. Like, it's a good way to meet people, don't get me wrong. But if you're looking to have, like, long-time friends on Xbox, you gotta make that group ASAP. Because if you don't make it, then you're never going to make it. Like, you gotta do that right now, like, as we speak. Because you will never have people that you will be able to play with every time you get on if you do not make that group right now. Like, I'm telling you, I didn't intentionally do it. I was one of those people that were lucky enough to find the right people that were willing to be a part of that group with me. At first, I didn't have a plan of doing that. Like, it just sort of happened. Like, back then, it was easier. People were able to socialize more. It's a little bit different since people want to be, like, antisocial and everyone just has some kind of problem with one another. You know, whatever. People just need to resolve their issues. Forget about all that petty stuff. Actually do what you want to do. If you don't enjoy playing with the people that you play with, then why are you playing with them? If these aren't the type of people, like, let's say you're trying to be a content creator and you're playing with people that you're not making videos with, what's the point of playing with those people that you're not making videos with or don't have a chance of making videos with them? Like, I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, you're only friends with the people that you use. But if they're not helping you in any way, shape, or form, they're really not your friend. You really think about it. They're supposed to support you. They're not supposed to...
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's a friendship is a mutual connection, period. I don't care, like, people make excuses for not changing their life habits. That's just, you know, failure. I mean, but anyways, like, just because you say that, I know exactly what friendships are. If someone's just not moving you forward, then they shouldn't be in your life. Some people, okay, but hang out with people every day that they don't like, or they have problems with, or they're cussing with, or they just don't really like, or truly aren't helping them at all, ever. And that's the problem right there. That's what it is. And, you know, like Devin HQ just said, I mean, Szmoh. But he said, you know, he's not trying to make it seem like, oh, yeah, you know, you got to have friends so that you can use. And that's not how it is either. That's just plain narcissism. And if that's you, then you're fake. That's, I guess, that's what they want to call it. But that's nothing real at all. It's about having friends, real connections, love, sharing love with friends. All right? That's what it's about. I don't give a shit what anyone else has to say. Just because he said that, it got me flowing. You know what I mean?
I think we've had a great podcast so far, looking back
We're gonna
at
wrap
it.
it up or what?
Do you want to wrap it up?
Sure.
I mean, I could
I mean,
honestly keep
I
talking. But I mean, if you want to end it, we can end it, and we'll have a guest next time. And I know the quality of this is probably going to be like 720p. I want to fix that. I don't like 720p. I want that 1080 60 FPS. Anyways, though, hopefully you guys enjoyed the first episode of Chill HQ. Kind of a cringy name, kind of not, kind of original. And we will see you guys in the next podcast. Peace out.